Hello and welcome back. So we have tests here. We can see a list of tests that belong to a particular class. Now it's time to look at viewing the actual class and then adding questions to that class. So let's see how we can achieve that. So I'm going to come here. What I want is when I click this particular place, I go to the view of the entire class. So what I would do here, sorry, not the class, but the test. Okay, so let's see what we can do about that. Now the first thing is obviously to create a controller. The same way we have a single class view like this, this should be a single test view. So let's see how we can go about that. So as usual, it's just a matter of copying what we already have. Now the advantage of the single test view is that we we should be able to delete and edit questions instead of the class itself. So let me go to the test, sorry. So let me go to single class here, and I just want to copy everything from here, and then we can move from there. So select all from single class and right click new file, save this file. I'll save this one as a single test underscore test.php, and let's paste. Okay, so leaving the closing bracket here, I want to delete everything from here because I don't want to get confused. I just want to leave the very first function, the index one, and remove everything else. So up to here, remove. Okay, great. Now let's see what we have in here. So this is all good here, it's okay. And then let's change this to single test. So test, change that as well to test, single test controller. And what else? So instead of classes here, we'll need a tests model. So let me copy all references here through of classes to tests, like so. And let me change, let's see here, role from class, this should be tests like this. And what else? We will need the pager, so let's leave that there. And let's see, lecturer's model. What are we getting from here? Well, this is for what we are displaying down here. So this part, we won't have tabs for the tests. So this whole section here is redundant. So let's remove that out, it's pointless. And let's remove this lecturer model as well. We'll add things as we need. We don't need to know the tab, so let's remove that as well. Let's see, results, yes. Okay, so cool. So the only thing now is instead of classes model here, let's tests model. Okay, cool. Okay, so instead of single class here as well, let's put test. All right, I think we are good here. The only thing we need is now the single test page itself. So as usual, let's copy the single, or is it single class? Now, unfortunately, we can't test things here because we don't have the tests model. So maybe we should create that as well. But let's move step by step. I'm going to get the single class and copy everything, create a new file in views, paste everything, save, and then I will save the same way I said single class. This one will be single test, and save. Okay, so instead of class, this should be test. Now, as you can see here, there's plenty of this. Let's change whatever references of class we have. Let's say here, let's start from the top, shall we? This seems okay here. This one should be test, like so. Yeah, that will be the test name. And then the owner, this is all good. The date, that's okay. And we don't need tabs on this one at all, because we will just have questions there. That's it. So delete. And therefore we will not need this here, but we may need a place to add tests. Yeah, so let's see here. So maybe we may need this page tab after all, but we'll see. Let me come back here to single test, and that's what I forgot. I had put page tab there, and though I removed it from here, so my bad here. Let's go back to the single class controller, and we just need the tab thingy here. Copy that and let's put it there, just so we can control where we are. So maybe we will need this after all. So the original tab should be maybe test, I don't know, view. Let's call it view, so that it allows us to view. We know that we are viewing the test itself, so we'll put that as the default. And then let's go back to single test, and page tab will be here. So if page tab is view, this tells us that we are viewing the test. And then we may have add a test, and then we may have edit a test, and then we will have delete a test. This way we can load different views depending on the situation. So we don't really need tabs, but we can pretend that we have those tabs. So let me do this. Right, then let's change this to test as well. And then let's change the file names as well from class to test. So this one is test tab view. That's the one we'll use for viewing. And then this one will be for adding, and of course edit, and then delete. This way at least we save on making files that are individual like this, where we are making a separate file for, actually we do need to make these include files, so we're not really saving much after all, but at least it's more organized. Test tab edit, test tab delete. Okay, cool. So now let's make this file right here. So I'm going to copy this, and let's make that file. So new file, save this, paste that, and don't forget the inc, the include.php, because we'll be using this as an include. Okie doke. And now if I come back here, we need to be able on the tests to click here and be taken to where we want. So we just need to change on the link, we just need to change that single class to single test. And that's it. That should do it. So first of all, let's go to tests.inc. Is that the place? Yes. So that we can edit the link on tests here, so that it can take us to an individual test. So let's see that here. This is tests.inc, test name, and this is the button right here for sending us where we want. So let's see if this is correct. Yes, this is the one. So instead of test here, we'll say single underscore test like this and leave everything else as it is. If I come back and try that now, let's click. Okay, my first test. So we are on single test view, which is awesome. Okay, so back. Why didn't we get an error though? Wait a minute. We do have tests model. Oh, I forgot about that. Now we need to change the link also on the classes themselves here, because this is a different view. So this one refers to single class. So let me change that. Now that view is inside class tab tests.include. Okay, so we have test name there, and this single class should change to single test. So on every one of these, no, except for the edit and delete, these have to remain on single class, but here this should change to single test only on this single button there, which is this one. These ones should remain as they are. So refresh, click. Okay, good. So we have a view, but we don't have any data. So let's fix that in the next video.